What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Kinstretch class brought to you by Stretch Effect. My name is Coach Luke, and I'll be taking you through today's 25-minute total body routine. So today's class is going to be a little bit different from what we've done in the past classes, where we usually focus on, say, one joint, say the shoulder, or even one aspect of the shoulder, like internal rotation. Today's class is really going to be focusing on an overall total body approach that we see with many people that spend a lot of time sitting at a desk, sitting in the car, sitting on a plane. Where a lot of times we get into this kind of forward folded posture, right? We get kind of shortening on the front side of the body, hip flexor tightness, kind of rounded forward shoulders, and then we get a lengthening of the posterior tissues, which, think like back side of your shoulders. We get this kind of rounded, kind of hunched forward posture. So the cards we're going to be looking at will be cards that will focus on those specific joints of the body. And then a lot of the work that we will do, we'll just work on opening up those parts of the body and then strengthening on the other side. So this is a great routine that you can do in the morning before you go to work, or before you spend a lot of time at a desk or at a table or in a chair, or at the end of your day after you've spent a lot of time here. This is just a great one just to get you moving, get you opened up, get you feeling a little bit better. But you can certainly do this, multiple times during the week. We're not going to do a whole lot of intense pills and rails, but more just movement, getting the joints rotating, getting everything opened up. So we're going to start in a collapsed kneeling position. You can sit if you want to sit on a block. You can sit on a block. If you want to sit on 2 blocks, if you want to sit in a chair, whatever feels comfortable for you. We're just going to start with our neck cards. So I'm going to take hands down to my sides. This reach down towards the floor. If you're standing or tall kneeling, you can reach down with your middle fingers, open palm. We're going to do 2 reps. Our neck cards. Just go nice and easy. Keep reaching down with those shoulders. Rotate through the center. One more time. Shoulders stay down. Keep reaching for the fists. Rotate over the top. Drop down. And reverse. Turn the collarbone. Ear over. Rotate. Chin the collarbone. One more time. Rotate. Ear over. Over the top. Come down. Drop the chin to the collarbone and through. From there, let's go to our segmental cat-cow. So you've done our spine class with us before, or any of our spine classes, we love segmental cat-cow. We don't just move from flexion to extension, but we move one vertebrae at a time. So knee stays under the hips, hands down to the shoulders. Let's tuck under, and let's go to our cat position, right? So that's our spinal flexion. Try to tuck that tailbone under you as much as you can. Round out that spine, and then starting from the tailbone, we will just segmentally extend. So make everything else stays nice and flexed. And then we're just going to work one vertebrae at a time. Extend, move all the way up the back. As you get into the chest, upper back region, try not to squeeze the shoulder blades. Try to just really work to extend the spine one vertebrae at a time. Lift the chest, lift the collarbones, and get to extension. From there, I will just start at tailbone again. Tuck my tailbone under, keep everything else extended. Work one vertebrae at a time back into flexion. Just keep trying to tuck the tailbone. Keep trying to round out that back. Try to create as much spinal curvature as you can. So keep trying to tuck your tailbone. Keep trying to round under. Breathe once you get to the top. So we get a little bit more. There we go. One more time. And just untuck the tailbone. Everything else flexed until it's turned to extend. And we're just going to work our way one vertebrae at a time. Back up the spine. Extend. Especially as you get to the thoracic spine, so especially as you get to that upper back. This is one where we spend a lot of time on the desk, in the car, in the chair. It's going to be the most challenging for us. Most people are not going to have a whole lot of thoracic extension to begin with. So just take a breath there. See if you get a little bit more. Last one, tuck the tailbone to the back of the flexion. All the way back up. Time, breathe, all the way back in. One vertebrae at a time, contributing to the motion. back to the top. And relax. That is the one if you did nothing else in your day, right? We don't get enough spinal motion generally, even the most active people. So the more you can get flexion extension in your spine, the better you're gonna feel, the better everything else will function, right? Because now we can move a little bit better. So now we're gonna go to build on that. We're gonna do our spine car, our spine rotation. So again, if you want to sit on a block that's more comfortable for you, or if you want to go tall kneeling, you can squeeze the block between your legs. You can go standing, wide stance. For today's class, we're really just getting the spine, we're really getting the body moving. So you can do any position that's more comfortable and allows you to get more out of it. I'm all for it. So in this case, we'll be in a collapsed kneeling position. I'll be sitting on a block just because I have it. I'll just grab my other block. That bottom of that block, the bottom layer, will just go around the top of my rib cage. Think about that's where my letters would be. I'm gonna hug my block, squeeze my chin in my chest, make sure I'm not shrugging, so I'm gonna pull down on my shoulders. I'm gonna try to round out my full spine. So then tuck your tailbone, round out everything over that block, and as much flexion as you can. Keeping that flexion, let's rotate as far as you can go. Lateral flexion, so bend to that same side. I'm gonna start at the tailbone. I'm gonna extend one vertebrae at a time. Get full spinal extension. So the tailbone all the way up to the back of my neck. Rotate. Flexion, lateral flexion. Pull my elbows in. Rotate back to the center. Now I'm gonna go the other way. Reset the tension of that block. Squeeze it more if you have to. Really, you kind of tuck that tailbone. Rotate left. Lateral flex to my left. Start at the tailbone, extend one vertebrae at a time, just like those, the cow part of the cat-cow. Now the full extension, again, this you want to hang on here, breathe for a second. We don't get enough extension in our life, most of us, especially in the upper back. So we're just going to rotate from there. Lateral flex to my right, pull my elbows into my body, come through the center, okay? One more time. Shoulders stay down, try not to shrug. Rotate right. Flex right. Go stretch on that left side. Extend one vertebrae at a time. Get to the top. Squeeze back. Rotate. Flex. Elbows pulled down. Through. We got one more to the left here. Rotate. Flex. Extend, get tall, one vertebrae at a time, get full extension. Squeeze the back side of the shoulders, upper chest. Rotate right, flex right, elbows pulled down, and come through. Take breaths, you can tuck it a little bit more, and relax, very good. Okay, so from here, we're just gonna do some shoulder blade cars from a tall kneeling position. So we're just going to hands at our sides. I'm just going to work forward. We're just going to 3 reps. Just work on keeping those elbows locked out. Hands right at my side. 1, we got 2 more. The more strict you can be with these, the better. It's really easy to just let your hands do this or let your hands do this. It's really hard to try to keep them right on your sides, but that's where the money's made. That's where the magic happens, right? So just lock the elbows out. Keep them right on your sides. Just go back the other way, pull back and down, squeeze. Forward, really focus on that retraction, pulling back and down on the shoulder blades. Spend a lot of time forwardly, or flexed forward, I should say. The shoulder blades spend a lot of time in protraction, which is here, which is not a bad position to be in every now and then, right? But not for a long period of time. And there, let's go 2 shoulder cars. So I'm going to go right hand on my rib cage. This hand will come out, come across the body, up and over, go around, down, through, reverse, over the top, up, down, reset. One more time. Keep everything else still. Try not to shrug. Just keep that shoulder right in the capsule here. I'm not doing this right here. Rotate, around, and reverse. over, elbow stays locked. Now we're turning that palm up, across the body, and down. Let's go switch. Got two on the left. Ribs down, glutes tight, core tight. And over, rotate, reach back, and down, straight back, over the top, elbow stays locked. Down. One more time, reverse it. Over, back, reach, rotate, over, and down. Now let's go 2 sideline hip cars. Hands on my side. Sorry, I'm gonna lay on my side. And I'm gonna go head on the block. This block can be out front, or this block can be hugging to the body, whichever you prefer. We're just gonna go 2 sideline hip cars. Get the hips kind of warmed up. First, another work that we're gonna do in a second. So we're just gonna come here, open, keep the bottom leg 45 degrees, rotate that hip. Try to focus all that rotation in that hip. Try not to move the spine. Try not to move the pelvis. Keep all that motion coming from that hip joint. We got one more time, so as we go a little bit more tension, so squeeze the block a little more. Drive your bottom leg down into the floor a little bit more. So there's more of that squeeze just in that hip. Back, over, and down, and switch. Left side. Squeeze that block. First set, squeeze, and then second set, get a little bit more squeeze, right? Move about 45 degrees. Got the left leg down. Lift. Open. Rotate. Around. Reverse. Straight back, no spine extension. Lift over. Down to my start position, and set the block. Nice and tight. Everything you can do just to keep everything else still, nothing else moves except my right hip. One more half rep. Drive back. Open up. Come around. And come down. Okay, so from there, we'll go into some half kneeling hip extension work. So that's a lot. If you sit here a lot, right, and more of a hip flex position, we're just going to kind of open those hips up a little bit with some hip extension. So we're going to do just a low grade pillars rails. We'll do a good stretch. So we'll go about here. And so typically inside knee down. So I have my left knee down, but just for the sake of the stretch and kind of demonstrating, I'm going to have my outside knee down. So you can technically do either, but typically my wall or whatever I'm using for balance on my left side, I'll have left knee down, okay? So I can tuck, or I tuck my tail, it's up to you, whatever's more comfortable. And then we just really want to focus on what's called a posterior pelvic tilt. So imagine my hips, my pelvis is a bucket of water, right? So anterior pelvic tilt will be dumping the water forward. Posterior tilt, I'm dumping the water backward. So I'm trying to take, it's hard to see because my shorts are the same color. I'm trying to take my tailbone, tuck it under me, get a good glute squeeze. Make sure I'm getting no extension from my lumbar spine or lower back. All the extension is happening from my hip. So I get a good stretch on the front side of my right leg. So tuck under, that will give me a little bit more leverage to kind of push forward with. Just from there, I'm just gonna hang out, breathe, relax, keep tucking, keep squeezing. Really focus that stretch here. Okay, so we're just gonna do one set of a low level tails and rails here. So we're not going to go, typically, if it's a training day, we go 2-minute stretch, 1, 2, even 3 sets of tails and rails. In this case, we're just going to focus and breathe. And we got one set, 30 seconds, tails and rails, low level, think like 50 to maximum 70%. So 50% is probably a good number to shoot for. So my pelvis contraction is driving my knee forward and up. So it's if I was trying to flex my hip. So as if I was trying to do this on this leg, right? So the tension drives forward and up, rails, tension drives back. So now I'm trying to, as if I was trying to drag this right knee back towards the wall behind me while I continue to tuck the squeeze, okay? So take a breath in, full body contraction, brace to the core, keep tucking the tailbone, squeeze here, now start dragging the knee forward and up, just build it up to about 50%, and then just maintain that same contraction right there. So you should feel a good contraction on this side, and we're continuing to squeeze the glute. And then as you flex, drive the knee forward. We're also trying to get deeper into that stretch. So we're trying to get more posterior pelvic tilt. Keep trying to squeeze that glute even tighter. Let's go for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now rails, crush the knee back and down. Keep tucking and squeezing. So we keep trying to, we're driving the tension back. So we're contracting glute, hamstring. We'll continue to try to posterior pelvic tilt. Keep going. We've got another 15 seconds here. Keep squeezing. Keep driving back. Keep squeezing. Keep driving back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Get some anterior posterior pelvic tilt. And let's switch sides. Left hip. Toes tucked under or untucked. Again, it's up to you, whatever's most comfortable. Find your posterior pelvic tilt. So get a good stretch on that left hip. As you tuck, as you squeeze, you can slowly start to drive the hips forward. And make sure as you drive forward, it's coming from the hip. You don't lose the glute squeeze and you don't lose the tilt. So if I have to shift forward by anteriorly tilting or losing tension, I've lost the point, right? So the whole point is to get a good squeeze, good tuck, and then if I can get more, I can get more. The goal isn't to see how far I can go forward. The goal is to see how much stretch I can get on the front side, and the more you tuck, the more you squeeze, the more stretch you'll get, okay? So get set, take a breath in, and start dragging the knee forward and up. Keep the glute squeeze, keep tucking. Keep going. Here we go. Just build it up. We're about 5 seconds. We're at 50%, and we just stay there. Keep that tension. About 30 seconds here. We're at 10. Keep going. Keep going. Keep tucking. Keep squeezing. Keep driving that tension forward and up as if you are, but you are contracting front side. Let's go to another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the tuck, keep the squeeze. Now rails. Now we're trying to drag that knee back behind us. Glute, hamstring contracts. Everything stays tucked. If you want to be like me, go hands on your hips. Just make sure you stay posteriorly tilted. Now we're driving tension back behind us. Glutes, hamstring, tuck, squeeze. Let's go. Hips are driving back. Posterior tilt, driving forward. And it's a weird sensation. Let's go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. If you want to get some anterior, posterior, pelvic tilts. There, very good, okay? From there, we're going to go into shoulder abductions. We're going to go arm on the wall, and then we're going to open up in that stretch. So again, we're doing the same thing. So nothing crazy, no 2-minute stretch or anything like that. But we're just going to go find the stretch. So make sure tucked under. So I'm not arching the spine to get there. Try to get there. Tuck my tailbone under. I could be about 90, a little higher, a little lower. Experiment, find where you got to be to get the best stretch. We're going to do the same thing. So we're going to not quite the 2 minutes. We're going to do 30-second pails, 30-second rails. So pails drives into the wall, but also like you're trying to drag the arm forward. Rails, I'm trying to pull my arm away from the wall and back. So I'm trying to squeeze my shoulder blade back, pull the arm away from the wall. 1 set of each, 30 seconds each direction. Switch arms. We'll finish with some swimmer. So walk in, body tight. Brace, and start dragging arm into the wall and forward. So we're not going to move, but we're just getting a contraction on that pec. Keep building up to 50%. And then let's stay there for another 20 seconds. Get little tinglies in your fingers, or your fingers start to get, pins and needles. Just shake your arm out, set it back up if you need to. Let's keep going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now rails. Pull your arm away. Make sure your body stays tight. Nothing else moves. The back side of the shoulder contracts. Try to squeeze shoulder blade. Posterior deltoid. Keep squeezing the glutes. Keep your core nice and tight. Let's keep going. Keep squeezing back. We're trying to pull away from the wall and back. Go for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Ooh, a little pins and needles there at the end. That's okay. It's okay. Just shake it out. Come right back to normal. So let's go here. Right arm. Tailbone's tucked. Slide forward. You can even lean or rotate your body away a little bit. So a lot of times it's called the doorway stretch. So if you want to do it on the wall, doorway is going to be a great option for you. You can do it on a squat rack. It's not anything that's solid, upright. It's not going to, move obviously. And focus on the best stretch possible. Here we go. Tuck the tailbone, squeeze glutes. You can lean forward just a little bit and rotate away. Start grabbing on into the wall and forward. So you're trying to contract the pec that we were just stretching, that we are stretching. Keep building up to 50%. And let's hold there for another 20 seconds. Keep contracting, low level contractions here, 50% or so. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rails. Try to pull your arm away. Squeeze the shoulder blade back. Back side of that shoulder, we're trying to not only pull the arm away from the wall, but also back behind us. We're trying to increase the stretch on the chest. We're trying to increase the contraction on the back side of the shoulder. We're 15 seconds away. Keep squeezing, keep squeezing, keep squeezing, keep tucking. Don't lose that don't lose the end or the posterior toe. Keep squeezing here. Glutes tight, ribs down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Very good. Okay, the last thing we got 3 swimmer hovers. So you can do it from squats kneeling, palm kneeling, standing, whatever is most comfortable for you. If you're down or crossing with support, we love our swimmer hovers here. If you haven't done them, just follow along. I'll kind of go through them step by step, just like always. So I'm going to stay here, sit on my heels, hands will come behind the head. And we're here, so I'm trying to reach down and back as far as I can, keep my ribs down. From there, I'm going to pull the shoulder blades back, pull my hands off of my back, come up, swim down, make sure ribs stay down, keep reaching back the whole time. So I'm trying to reach back, touch the wall behind me, I can just slide forward, like I just did, so I'm just going there, reach, bend those elbows, set down, reset the core, squeeze back, hands reach off, elbows extend, swim, up, fly, reach back, and down the back, set down. 2 more. Elbow squeeze, hands off, reach up, reach, keep reaching back, squeeze those shoulder blades together, open up that chest. This is a great one if you spend a lot of time in the flex position. This is great. The more of these you do, the better. Reset, squeeze, hands off, extend the elbows, reach, rotate, Y, bend, reach back and down the back as far as you can. Feel this tricep stretch. Last one here, elbows squeeze back, hands away, into my Y position, ribs stay down, keep reaching back. Focus as much tension on the shoulders as you can. Keep squeezing those shoulder blades together. Tall chest. Bend. Set down. Take a breath. Last one. Tuck the tailbone. Squeeze the glutes. Everything stays locked. Cores engaged. Ribs you down. Elbows back. Hands off. Palms are high. Elbows are straight. Now let's swim it up. Keep trying to press against that imaginary wall behind me. Always trying to drive back for more. Back side of the shoulders should be on fire. Bend those elbows, come behind the head, keep reaching, keep squeezing back. Come up even a little higher with those elbows. and set down. That is 3 swimmer hovers there. So more of those swimmer hovers you get in, especially if you spend a lot of time here, right? We want to get tall, we want to squeeze the shoulders back, we want to get good strength all along the back side of the body. But again, that was just really focused on spend a lot of time in this position, right? So kind of opening up the chest, getting a stretch there, getting strength on both sides of the joint, really working on our cat-cow. The more, like I said, the more time you spend working on your spine, the better you'll move, the better you'll feel. And then when it comes to the lower body, you want to kind of reverse the posture. So we spend a lot of time in hip flexion. Definitely want to strengthen those hip flexors. But we also want to open up those hips, get some strength in there, get some length in those hips as well. So thank you for joining me today. It's a little bit longer than a 25-minute class, and that was really just a good class. You can do, like I said in the beginning, before work, after work, before training, after training, good recovery day activity just to get your body feeling good, moving and get those joints rotating. And again, thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you next class.